What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot Laddering. So we are continuing on playing some more Reshiram today. So let's just jump in and get right to it. I know we had a pretty decent run last time. It's also been a couple days since I've played, so let's get in and see what we can do here and figure it all out. Ho-Oh Lapras, Ferrothorn, P2, Raichu, and Mimikyu. So this looks like they're going to try Trick Room things. How do we beat up a Ho-Oh? Probably just like Primarina, right? We have fake tears on Grimmsnarl, is that right? We do. Yeah, we could just like fake tears plus, Primarina it, and that doesn't sound awful. Could also see them leading on Raichu. So what if we do like Rillaboom P2 up front with like Zapdos or Grimmsnarl Primarina in the back? I kind of want Reshiram just so we have an answer to Ferrothorn. So maybe we don't bring P2 and we just like Grimmsnarl. What do we think of this? I think this is fine. Rillaboom looks really bad in the face of. Nah, I don't want this. I want Zapdos and Reshiram. I need Zapdos to be able to handle Lapras, I feel like. Like, Rillaboom is fine there, but having Zapdos to be able to handle Ho-Oh and Lapras as opposed to Rillaboom only being able to take on Lapras seems better. Like, removing a weakness to Ho-Oh seems fitting. So it's going to be Lapras P2 up front. Kind of fine with this lead, to be honest with you. They're going to gain Prankster. That's annoying. We could just fake tears plus Geyser into the P2 to try to take it out. Zapdos is, Lapras is not putting on really any kind of pressure here against Primarina. But this makes me think that they have Ferrothorn here in the end game as well, which like Zapdos can come in and handle. I don't think we need screens yet. I think our goal right now is just delete this. Delete the P2. Like, if we can prevent them from setting up Trick Room, I feel like we're in an okay position. Lapras is going to Dynamax here. That's kind of fine, kind of whatever. And we do have to be wary that this P2 could have priority Eerie Impulse and priority Recover. And both of those would be kind of bad for us. In fact, I think if this is Eerie Impulse here, I think we're probably not in a winning position at all. Because we don't have a way of dealing with this P2 at all then. Please don't have Eerie Impulse. Okay, that's fine. They're trying to set Trick Room, is what it looks like. Grimmsnarl should take that like a champ. He does. Now the question is does -2 P2 behind screens take a Max Geyser from Mystic Water boosted Primarina? The answer is no. No, it does not. So that's cool. Oh, nice crit. I bet that crit probably mattered. So no Trick Room from our opponent is really good for us, I feel like. The question is, what do they bring out here? And there's the Ferrothorn. Okay. I feel like we're in an okay position now. We can set up a light screen. Man, Primarina really does not line up well against this Ferrothorn. But I think that's fine. We can Max Strike down the Lapras, lower its speed so then we outspeed it. I think that's fine. Yeah, they're gonna protect Ferrothorn. I don't actually understand that protect. I don't think we're putting on any kind of pressure against the Ferrothorn, so protecting here just doesn't quite make sense. And there's the rain boosted geyser now. And the Grimmsnarl. Not quite gonna take it, but that's fine. Grimmsnarl did its job. And unfortunately, Primarina does not have a way of changing weather. Because otherwise we could like change the weather and then go for a heat wave into this Ferrothorn here. But I think this is fine. Like we have heat wave on Zapdos. We have Fusion Flare on Reshiram. I think Reshiram is probably the bring out here. Because I don't want to bring in Zapdos against Lapras. We could. And we could just, like, detect this turn. I think this is fine. We detect here. And we go for... We could Starfall, but Starfall doesn't really accomplish anything. I don't think we have a reason to max guard. So I guess this is just Starfall the Lapras, set up Terrain. But does that even do anything for us? It's just gonna lower our Draco Meteor in the end game. I don't think we have a reason to. Yeah, we'll just max strike the Lapras again. Don't want a Geyser because it could be Water Absorb with all the Kyogres running around. Don't want to deal with that. There's a Max Strike. I'm gonna do okay damage. I don't think we really utilized our max to the fullest potential this game. Like, I think we had to max there to be able to remove the P2. Yeah, Zapdos takes that okay. And Leech Seed into Primarina. Well, that's fine because we can switch Primarina out here to get rid of these Leech Seeds and try to delete this. I think we need to remove the Lapras first, to be honest with you. I think the Lapras is a bigger deal than the Ferrothorn right now. Like, Heat Wave is going to do neutral damage on the Lapras and hit the Ferrothorn super effectively, but like it's also in rain, but it's also 4 times effective against Ferrothorn. Yeah, we can fire off a Heat Wave and we can go into Reshiram here. We could potentially burn the Lapras and that'd be cool. I believe that was the Lapras we missed. Yep. Burn? No burn. Hydro Pump into Zapdos. Gonna take that alright. There's a Leech Seed into Zapdos as well. That's fine. There's the lefties. Man, that's a lot of recovery. I think we need to... How many more turns of rain are there? This is the last turn of rain. We could... I'm going to switch into Primarina here. And I'm going to protect Reshiram this turn. This is going to remove the rain. And then next turn we can just Fusion Flare into the Ferrothorn to delete it. I think this is a good play. I think this is fine. There's a Hydro Pump into Primarina. Does approximately nothing. There's a Leech Seed into Reshiram. Yeah, this is fine. I feel like we're in an okay position. I don't want to click Hyper Voice here, just because this could be Water Absorb Lapras, and I don't want to give them extra recovery if we can avoid it. So you'll Moonblast into the Lapras. I think Ferrothorn actually protects this turn. I think they actually protect. So we could just Fusion Flare the Lapras. Could also Earth Power, try for the special defense drop. Yeah, we'll do that. I think that's fine. They're going to withdraw the Ferrothorn. That's really good for us. There's the Ho-Oh. Yeah, this is all working out pretty great for us, all things considered. No special defense drop. That's unfortunate. There's a Moonblast. Did alright damage. Reshiram avoids the Hydro Pump like a boss. I think because they have screens up, we probably cannot one-shot the Ho-Oh here. So I think our best bet this turn... I don't think a... I don't know if an Earth Power by itself is enough to take out Lapras. I'm going to Hyper Voice. I'm going to Fusion Flare the Lapras. Yeah, there's the Brave Bird. Into Primarina. We take that like a champ. Look at all that recoil. Fusion Flare should take this out. This is Stab. It's more powerful by itself than Earth Power. Yep, there's the KO. There's a Hyper Voice. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. There's the Ferrothorn. I bet they protect this turn. So I'm going to protect here. I'm going to Draco into the Ho-Oh. We know Primarina is faster than Ferrothorn. That's just natural. We have Zapdos in the back. Show me protect on Ferrothorn. That's not great. That means they're leech seeding. That's really bad. Come on, Ultra Crit. You know, that wasn't bad, but it really wasn't great. What was a Body Press into Primarina? That's fine. I think the play this turn... I think we had to go for the double. And we go into Zapdos this turn. This could cause us to lose both of them. And that would not be great. Like if we miss the double... and they Brave Bird Primarina plus Body Press Zapdos. We should take a Body Press, right? Okay, we missed the double. There's the Brave Bird, presumably into Primarina. Yep. I don't know if we have the ability to take out the Ho-Oh here. Yep, I think that switch actually is going to cost us the game. Like, I can take out the Ferrothorn, but I don't think I can take out the Ho-Oh. Is the big problem here. Their screens are over. Yep. Our screen is also over. I think it's correct to remove the Ferrothorn now. Yep, they're gonna recover up. That's fine. Like we weren't gonna be able to do enough to get rid of that anyway. Fusion Flare is going to remove the Ferrothorn here. Okay. I think it's correct to go for Fusion Flares here, even though they're resisted, because getting the stat drop from the Draco is worse than a resisted hit, in my opinion. What is Ho-Oh going for here? We moved first. We're speed tied with Ho-Oh? Alright, I think our out here is we have to crit the Draco and win the speed tie. Yep. Lost the speed tie. So now we need like a super ultra crit. I think this game was lost when we... I think there's a couple things we could have done here. I think Dynamaxing on 1 was greedy. And like we can play through Trick Room, so I don't think going for the Trick Room there was needed. Like I don't think going for the Dynamax there to prevent the Trick Room was needed, and instead we can just like set our screens. Like we can set Light Screen plus Fake Tears Moonblast the following turn, and that would be enough, most likely, to take out the P2. Oh, plus they were Figgy. Yeah, there was like no way we were ever beating this thing. Light Clay. Oh, they weren't water absorbed, so that's good to know. Lefty's Ferrothorn, yep. They did have Eerie Impulse. Interesting. I don't know if I agree with your play there, opponent. I don't think setting up Trick Room was correct. I think the correct play was just Eerie Impulse us down. Because had they Eerie Impulsed on 1, I don't think we could ever win that game. Especially the way we played where we Dynamaxed on 1. And with the Mons that we brought, I don't think we could have ever beat Eerie Impulse. Curse Mimikyu. Weird. Super, super passive team there from our opponent. But it's alright. It is all right. I think not bringing Rillaboom was kind of a hindrance because we could take out the Lapras better. But then, like, we're also in a position where we don't have an answer to... Like, we're weaker to Ferrothorn. Speaking of Ferrothorns and Lapras and Raichus. There's a Nagana... no, there's a Nihilego, Metagross, and Yveltal here as well from our opponent. I think Grimmsnarl is pretty great. I think screens are really important here. I think deleting Nihilego is really good. I think this is a Rillaboom game because we can actually put on pressure against the Lapras. We can Grassy Glide the Raichu to break its sash. Plus we have Knockoff. And Knockoff seems really good here. Yeah, I like Rillaboom. I like Grimmsnarl to set up screens. I don't care for Primarina here. So I think this is just Zapdos and Reshiram. Could bring P2. And just Eerie Impulse some dorks. I don't think that's enough, though. Like, we can Eerie Impulse the Nihilego, Lapras... Yeah, I don't think we need it here. I could see bringing it and that being correct, but them having Metagross on the other side just kind of makes me not excited to have it. Like we can live hits from the Metagross, but I would rather just be safe. Yep. Raichu, Lapras. I wonder if this is fake out my Grimmsnarl. If I was in this position from our opponent, I would fake out the Grimmsnarl, prevent strains, and then go for a Resonance into Rillaboom. But we have an Assault Vest. We don't really have a good switch in. I think we just have to stay in here. I think double Grassy Glide is probably enough. Also go for Spirit Break to lower its special attack. There's the Dynamax from the Lapras. Alright, Rillaboom. I need you to do one thing today, buddy. I need you to live a Resonance. Oh, they just went into Rillaboom. Interesting. So I could have set up screens. I don't agree with that play there, opponent. Rillaboom, you're insane. Rillaboom, you are absolutely insane. This is a special attack drop. That's good. So now we can Grassy Glide reasonably here. And we can Light Screen. Decent damage. There's our Light Screen. There's a Nuzzle. We don't really care about that. There's a Resonance, presumably taking out Rillaboom here. Yeah, this is all fine. Fine and dandy. I don't want to bring out Zapdos because they do have this Raichu on the other side. So I think that means we are bringing out Reshiram here. Nope, Reshiram. And we can go for Earth Power Spirit Break into the Raichu. We could also Dynamax and go for Quake. I actually like that. They have no switch in. They could have Yveltal, but I think that's fine. And we can just go for a... No, I want to Spirit Break this so it goes out. So we take it out here. Opponent's staying in with the Raichu. That's good for us. So this should be... if they Nuzzle us, we should hopefully still be faster than Lapras. Maybe? I actually don't know. I don't know my paralysis speed tiers. It's just gonna be Eerie Impulse. That's annoying. Not the end of the world, but annoying. There's the Geyser, presumably into Reshiram. No, it's going to be in the Grimmsnarl. That's fine. So the question is what do we do now? We connect the Spirit Break. Is this enough to take it out? Not quite. Not quite. But their Dynamax is over. We can now go... Not picking up the KO on the Raichu there is actually really bad because that means they can Eerie Impulse or Nuzzle us again. So I think the play this turn is to Max Guard plus Spirit Break down the Raichu. Because this will remove the Raichu, Then next turn we can max Flare. We can max Flare to remove the weather from Lapras. They're gonna Volt Switch. Interesting. Well, what's coming in? They're gonna bring in Nihilego here. Okay. I'm kind of fine with this. Grimmsnarl's over here dodging attacks all day. So we're gonna drop the special attack there, which is good. Dropping that special attack is really important for us. It's weird to me that they bring out the Mon that's 4 times weak to ground when I've shown them Max Quake. I could Max Flare. Then I'll remove the weather from Lapras. No, we want to Max Flare the Lapras. I actually just want to delete this Lapras. I don't know if this is going to do it, but... So, it's half damage from the weather. We're Eerie Impulse, so that's another half. But we're Fake Tearsing, so that goes up. Wonder if this is... Okay, they're just going to bring back in Raichu. This is kind of fine. This is kind of whatever. Alright, we missed the Fake Tears, which is whatever. There's a Max Flare to get rid of the weather. It's not going to do much. Not. But that's fine. Because now their Hydro Pumps are going to be half damage, and that's really what I cared about. Approximately 0 damage done. I'm going to double into this Raichu this turn. I'm going to double into the Raichu. And try to remove it. If they switch, that's great. If they Volt Switch into Yveltal, it's not great. Yeah, there's the Nuzzle. That's whatever. Like, I really don't care about these paralysis. They're gonna Parasol. I have 3 Mons, opponent. And now, so do you. That's fine. Plus, I have a slower Mon than you. Like, Grimmsnarl is the slowest thing on the field right now. Nihilego, I believe, doesn't normally carry... Do we still have screens up? Yeah, we do. Sick. And we can do this. I actually want to preserve our Grimmsnarl so we can go into Zapdos here. Zapdos is going to put a lot of pressure on this Lapras too. Protect on the Lapras, don't really care about that. Please be into Reshiram. Please be into Reshiram. Please be into Reshiram. Opponent, I don't ask for a lot. But I need you to target my scary space dragon. That's that's Zapdos. No, it's not! Hooray! Now we can go back into Grimmsnarl. And we can... Let's Thunderbolt down this Nihilego. I'm presuming they're going to switch Lapras this turn. Because if they don't, they just lose their Lapras. They're just going to lose their Lapras. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I forgot they still had their screens up. Means this is our last turn of screens. So I'm going to Spirit Break the Nihilego. And Protect here. Lapras is going to... They're going to give up their Lapras? That makes no sense to me at all. That makes zero sense to me whatsoever. I mean, I think we've lost this game, but I don't understand their play whatsoever. Like, I guess their play is just go all in on Nihilego, which is fine, seeing how it's the fastest thing on the field here. But I just don't understand them giving me up Lapras. Like, based on my team composition, I feel like I'm very weak to Lapras. I also expected Grimmsnarl to be able to take that a little better, to be 100% honest with you. Like, we've lost this endgame because we have a paralyzed Yveltal at, like... I mean, we have a paralyzed Reshiram at, like, 10 HP. But I just don't understand their plays there whatsoever. So how could we have played this differently? I definitely think we were in a winning position, and I threw this game away at some point. So let's think about this. I think Dynamaxing in front of the Raichu is probably incorrect. I think analyzing when you Dynamax with this team is very critical, and that's what I'm struggling with the last couple of games. Had we Dynamaxed later after we had removed the Raichu, I feel like we're in a very winning position. Like Lapras, I don't understand their play there of giving up Lapras, but I don't think that really is what the problem here was. They have a way of triggering policy. No brutal swing on Raichu, which is what I would have expected. I guess they can sucker punch their Metagross, which doesn't feel great, but so let's think about this. How could we have won this game? I think Dynamaxing later after we had removed Raichu is probably the best way. I think what we could have done was set Light Screen on turn 1. Rillaboom then gets faked out. We have screens up in front of Lapras then, which makes it where Rillaboom most likely can take a second one behind the Assault Vest. We can then Grassy Glide plus Spirit Break the Raichu to remove it. We still get nuzzled, but I think that's fine. But then, like, the Lapras has no chip damage on it, which I think is also fine. Because, like, then they're spending 2 to 3 turns of their Dynamax removing Rillaboom, at which point then we can bring in Zapdos and remove it. I think Zapdos was really important for this end game, and we did not fully utilize it by giving it up for the Nihilego. I think was pretty bad in all actuality. I think instead of Thunderbolting, we could have protected that turn, which then brings back in Reshiram, which then allows us to put on double pressure against it, forcing them to choose who the bigger threat is, which probably at that point is Zapdos. So I think the play there then is we bring back in Reshiram and detect with Zapdos. They target down the Zapdos slot. We then switch the Zapdos out into Grimmsnarl, give up Grimmsnarl, and take out the Nihilego. They bring in Yveltal, and then we have Zapdos and a damaged, paralyzed Reshiram versus Yveltal in the end game, because Lapras would go down to Parasong then. I think that's a winning position that I didn't utilize correctly because I was too worried about getting them into a position where they lose their Lapras anyway to their Parasong by trying to remove the Nihilego. But in reality, I need to preserve the Zapdos to take out the Yveltal in the end game. Interesting. Really, really interesting, like, theory crafting here of how we could have won these games. And I think that's something that's really important that I don't think enough people utilize, is trying to figure out exactly where a game went wrong and trying to better analyze that exact moment. So let's see. Oh, this looks awful. This looks absolutely awful. So we have Ice Rider, Alolawak, Toxapex, Clawitzer. I think it's Clauncher. I don't know. Jellicent and Indeedee. So I think our play. I want Grimmsnarl. I want P2. Do I need Grimmsnarl here? I don't think I want Grimmsnarl up front. I think I want P2 Rillaboom up front. Followed by Zapdos to take out these water types, which probably tells me that this is Lightning Rod on the Alolawak. And I think I want Reshiram. Do I want Reshiram? Like, we put on pressure against Ice Rider, but we don't really put on pressure against, like, anything else. I mean, I guess we have Earth Power for both Alolawak and Toxapex. Yeah, I think this is correct. I'm not entirely sure on this one. This looks absolutely awful to play against. So they're going to try to set Trick Room here on 1. I think that's very obvious. Indeedee Jellicent. Yeah, this is definitely Trick Room. Could also be Strength Sap. Could be Will-O-Wisp. This is unfortunate that Indeedee is slower than Rillaboom. So I guess it doesn't matter because we can't fake out the Jellicent anyway, but I really wanted priority Grassy Glides. P2, you're letting me down again, buddy. I don't think I clicked Trick Room. I think I just want to knock off as many things as I can here. Yeah, there's a Follow Me, so we're going to get rid of their Focus Sash, presumably. They didn't have Psychic Seed, so that tells me that's what this is. Room Service? Alright, well, Indeedee down. There's the Trick Room. Yep, this is all fine. This is all fine. There's the Ice Rider. Yep. This is all okay. Is it? Is it okay? Like, we can reverse Trick Room. This lowers their special attack, which I don't want. This lowers special defense, which really doesn't matter. I think we need to remove the Jellicent. I think it's going to actually be a problem here, and I think Dynamaxing Rillaboom is appropriate. Because I don't think we take a hit from the Ice Rider otherwise. I think this is just them going for Glacial Lance to try to take us out. And I think Dynamaxing Rillaboom to remove the Jellicent is appropriate. Yep, there's the Glacial Lance. Nice crit. Water Spout does approximately nothing. Okay. Oh no, we found their Focus Sash. Guys, I found their Focus Sash. Now this turn I want to recover. Man, I really don't want to have to attack this thing again. This is 160 boosted. I'm going to attack into the Ice Rider. This is probably a mistake because this lets them set Trick Room up again. But if we take out the Ice Rider here, I feel really good. Nowhere near it. Got it. They're going to Strength Sap. That's really annoying. Holy cow. And Glacial Lance will take us both out. No, it just takes out Rillaboom. This is not great. Not great, Bob. I wish we had gone for Max Darkness. Man, had we gone for Max Darkness, they'd be at -2 right now, and then Reshiram can just Fusion Flare them. Oh, yep. I'm pretty sure we've lost, guys, because I didn't think about the future. Here's the worst part is I was thinking, I'm like, well, we can Max Darkness to hit the Jellicent super effectively, but like there's really no reason because I'm just going to trigger a policy here most likely. Like I have no purpose of lowering their special defense here because my only special attacker on the field is P2, and that doesn't do anything against either of these. Whereas in reality what I should have done is realize I had two special attackers in the back, and that lowering their special defense here would have been incredible for Reshiram. And instead, I was a big dumb idiot and let them get a free +1 on their Calyrex, and we're going to lose this game because of it. Because now I'm going to trigger a policy, they're going to go to +3, and then we just can't win this game. Whereas if they're at half health, I think we win this game. Oh, I didn't actually expect that to take them out. Oh, this is really good. Guys, we're in an okay position now. I legitimately did not expect that to take them out. Sure, nice Trick Room. I really don't care. Alola Whack. Well, I'm going to click this Trick Room button. I'm going to Earth Power that dork. Reshiram, you were supposed to take that. You were supposed to take that, Reshiram. Now I don't think we can win. Because I didn't realize the damage output of Alola Whack. Alright, we can't attack into the Jellicent. We can't Thunderbolt the Jellicent. So that means we have to Hurricane plus Ice Beam down the Alola Whack. I don't feel good about this. I don't feel good about this. Guys, I feel great about this. I feel amazing. Freeze? Hit yourself? Hooray! This game has been a roller coaster of emotions from turn, like, 2. Really, since turn 1. I'm gonna Eerie Impulse this dork. I'm gonna... No. I'm gonna Trick Room. And I'm gonna Detect. They're gonna go for Water Spout. It's not gonna do anything. This game has been a roller coaster. And then next turn we can recover with P2 and Thunderbolt. Nice crit. This game has been a roller coaster. This has been a great one to end the day on. We'll recover. We'll Thunderbolt. So we know they have Strength Sap, Trick Room, Water Spout. What is their last attack? Alright, and this should approximately do nothing now. Cool, it actually doesn't. Jesus, P2! Can you calm down with the crits? I need you to stop taking those, buddy. That is 3 this game? And I think they've all been from Water Spouts. This game was a roller coaster. I don't think we could have asked for a better game to end the day on. Like, Reshiram needed to do exactly enough to pick up a KO on the Calyrex, which I didn't anticipate us doing. I could have... what I should have done was protected the... yeah, it was weakness policy. So if we didn't KO there, we are dead. We were very, very dead had we not picked up the KO. Yep, it was in fact a Lightning Rod. 4 attacks, Thick Club. Really glad we didn't have to deal with this. This looks awful. This also looks awful. Oh, it was Willow as the last move. That's cool. What is Psycho Shift? What? Why do we have Psycho Shift? I don't understand. Why is this not Helping Hand and Protect on your Indeedee? What is Psycho Shift and Heal Pulse doing? Heal Pulse is super interesting, I will admit that, but I don't know, guys. Were they like gonna toxic themselves or something? I don't. I'm gonna put up this rental code and we're gonna talk about this team a little bit. So this team today, if I had played a little tighter and a little better, I think we could have 3-0'd today. Rillaboom actually got to do something today. Even though it was come in and get eaten up by a Lapras, that's still something. Honestly, I really like this team. P2 got to do absolute work in the last game. Like, P2 being able to counter Trick Room is just so good for us. Grimmsnarl put in quite a bit of work in the first couple games, just not enough to where it dictated, like, where it made a difference. But had I cleaned up our gameplay and made it a little tighter, I think we could have easily 3-0'd. So make sure you pick up this rental code before it expires. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live. And we'll be back later this week playing some more Littleroot Laddering with some more Reshiram. So have a good one, everybody. Peace.